pictures, that sums up that first half for BYU leading Nevada here in LaVell Edwards Field. Homecoming weekend for the Cougars, 28-13 with Ray Bentley. I'm Dave Lamont, and we'll hear from Don Davenport in just a moment. But anybody, a BYU fan, anybody around the country who had lingering doubts about Christian Stewart, he's answering them tonight.
Incredible. 3 touchdown passes, 17-31 for 216 yards, making great decisions. He has grown before our very eyes. He's a real quarterback now.
And we know Cody Fajardo is one for Nevada, but so far it's been advantage Stewart.
I would say so, Dave, and we'll see some more of him as BYU will receive this second half kickoff.
And also an effective running game has helped. Even though BYU is shorthanded in that category due to injuries, Paul Lasike has been very effective. So has Nate Carter. And from the 2-yard line, a kick return. This is Juergens. He's got another gap, and he'll get knocked down at the 25-yard line. So let's take a look at what Christian Stewart did in that first half.
Well, he threw a lot of strikes. They opened up the whole offense for him, which to me is amazing. And he's putting on a Taysom Hill type of performance where he's running the football as well as throwing it, making the decisions, checking off into good plays. It's just been a revelation the way Christian Stewart played in that first half.
Lasike, the tailback, the fake to him. Stewart hits again with Mitch Matthews, who had a terrific first half himself with a couple of touchdown catches out of the 3 touchdown passes from Stewart. A gain of 9 to start things off. Second down and a yard to go.
Yeah, 7th grab of the night for Matthews, and they just have not had an answer for him. And they give him a little bit of room, and he catches it in front of him, and then he's been able to get behind guys.
Stewart again, and that one a little wide, but a great catch made by Jordan Leslie. And that'll be a first down as we check in with Don Davenport.
Well, guys, according to head coach Brian Polian, the fix is simple. He was not happy with how his defense had played in that first half. He said they have got to stop the run and they've got to challenge people on defense. That's it. Actually, he was pretty happy with his offense, though. He said no adjustments there, but this defense, this is a defense that has a takeaway in 19 straight games. So.
And they're going to have to wait another play for that one. The ruling on the field is a catch, despite the protestations of the Nevada coaching staff. They thought he was out of bounds, but it's Matthews again.
Watch this flip turn here by Christian Stewart. He feels the pressure, flips out and away from it, and that buys him time to find his receiver, his new favorite receiver, Mitch Matthews, who ends up flipping over the, I don't know what it was on the bench there, one of the big crates they carry equipment in.
This is Carter, and look at Nate Carter go to the 25-yard line just about. They're going to mark him in between the 25 and 26 before Nigel Hawkins brought him down. This is a guy who started tonight with 6 carries for 8 yards.
And a great cut here. You see him, watch him just jump laterally. The way he moves sideways to elude Jordan Dobrich, that was pretty special.
Now you're getting that 2-back formation we saw a lot of. Play action fake to both. Taking the shot toward the end zone for Leslie, and it's batted away by Garrett. Nice play defensively. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, Stewart hung that one up there just a little bit too long, and it gave Garrett the chance to make up and then get his hand up and break it away. Right there, you see him kind of hand fighting a little bit. No call there. Just good coverage by Garrett. But I like the shot. It loosens up a defense.
That pass might have been tipped. It came out looking pretty funny. It'll be third down and 10. And indeed it was tipped. It looked like Dupree Roberts Jordan.
Right, got the big hand up and broke that one up. And, you know, they say if you can't get to the quarterback, the next best thing is to get them hands up and make it difficult for him to throw it down the field.
Trying again toward the end zone, and it's incomplete. Coverage provided that time by Randy Uzoma. It'll be fourth down and 10. The intended receiver, Mitchell Juergens.
Another shot down the field. And I think that's one of the things BYU talked about at halftime. One thing we didn't get done was take enough deep shots. They like to take 2 per quarter. Only took 2 in the first half. They've already taken 2 here in this first possession of the second half.
Trevor Sampson, his longest of the season is 41. This from 44. Wide right, not by much, but by enough.
couldn't quite hook it in, and that's an uplift for Brian Poling. You see him, he's trying to get his guys a little bit excited, get them going, get that intensity level up.
Celebrating his 10th year sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kick. Since 2005, Allstate has contributed more than $3.4 million in scholarship funds.
Let's see if Nevada made any adjustments in terms of getting Cody Fajardo going a little bit. In terms of running the football, the leading rusher coming in, just 2 carries for -2 yards in that first half.
He'll keep it, fling it out, and it's low. Kind of a low throw for Kendall Brock, and it'll fall out of bounds. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
It looked like Brock was worried about some oncoming traffic and took his eyes off that football. The tempo for the Wolfpack offense, they kind of slowed it down a little bit.
On a handoff straight ahead, Don Jackson's been the most valuable player offensively for the Wolfpack. And he'll get out a 5-yard pickup, brings up an intriguing 3rd down and 5.
12th carry on the night for Jackson, 49 yards to his credit. Also had that big screen pass that he caught and ran 65 yards with.
Yeah, he's got 85 receiving yards, so he's over 100 total yards easily. Big moment early for the Wolfpack. BYU brings the blitz. They'll dump it off. That's going to be the tight end Gibson, and he's got a lot of room to run before he is finally bumped out of bounds by Sky Pove. Jared Gibson, one of our impact players for the Wolfpack, with an impactful 22-yard gain.
Yeah, and you're going to see him. He's right here, and he's just going to run out to the side. And what happens is the guy who's covered him, the safety, had a long way to go, and that's Sky Pove. Pove got picked by the outside receiver, and kind of the natural occurrence of that route. Nice little scheme there.
You see Gibson so far on the season. This is back to Jackson, and he runs right into number 22, Manoa Pikula. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
BYU still bringing more blitz than I anticipated. Nick Howell, the defensive coordinator, said, when he was talking to us, he played a little coy. Said, I'm not too interested in blitzing a whole lot, maybe 25% of the time. Well, it's been ratcheted up more than that here tonight. He's been heating them up.
Fajardo, deep shot, and into traffic over the head of the receiver. Richie Turner incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Of course, Cody Fajardo's had the opportunity for the last 3 years to go to Thibodaux, Louisiana, and go to the Manning Passing Academy over at Nicholls State.
Yeah, here he is right up here. And he's learned a lot. The biggest thing I see from him coming on out of that camp is his ability to set things up pre-snap, the way he commands his offense.
Dumps it off. That's going to be Jackson, and he is a good runner. Good ankle tackle that time, brought down by both Pikula and Kautai. And now Jackson a little bit slow getting up. In fact, not able to get up right away. He's got a great burst. He really goes quickly to full speed.
He got a real nice block there by Joey Engelmeyer also. And you see, he kind of got hit on the kneecap there by Pikula diving in across. And that's what they're looking at, is that left knee.
He's in a little bit of pain, to say the least, so we will step aside, and hopefully we'll be able to get the return of John Jackson sometime later on in our ball game. That's Don Jackson being tended to by the Nevada training staff, and he has been, without a question, the offensive MVP for the Wolfpack tonight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And on the ground, Dave, making good cuts, taking it hard up the field, and then he leads them with 95 receiving yards, including 65 on this screen pass that set up a score in the first half. He has been the stalwart for them on offense in tonight's action.
So they'll turn to James Butler, number 20, at the tailback position as Fajardo sees something he doesn't like in the BYU scheme and moves Butler over next to him. There's the hand clap that sets everything for Nevada. Fajardo, little high, great catch, but for short yardage. A couple of yards, Richie Turner brought down by Michael Davis. Davis has had an excellent day at that corner position for BYU.
And Turner, that's his 7th catch of the day, but just for 33 yards. So he's catching a lot of short stuff, not able to really get anything and bust it out the other side.
Came into the game with 33 catches. You see Jackson trying to run it off. Don Davenport's right there keeping an eye on it.
He is all over it.
This is Butler, and he's got Fajardo leading the way, and there's a flag down. You can see right there at the 25-yard line. Good defense by the Cougars. Hove, number 7, in there on the stop.
And Marcus Jackson had the initial pressure and just missed that tackle.
Offense, number 47, 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
And they caught Jared Gibson. But you see the numbers tonight for Don Jackson, and that's why they got him over there trying to get ready, because he has more rushing and receiving yards than the rest of the team combined here tonight.
Well, when the player has the helmet, that's a good sign. When somebody else has the helmet, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, he probably, they might have wanted it. He wasn't giving it up.
Notice he did grab it before anybody else did. We're second down and 18.
Another blitz.
Time now, flag coming in again, and Fajardo is brought down by Bronson Calfusi. Well, let's see what this one is. Came in from the umpire.
I think it's going to be a holding as the left guard lays on top of his man.
Holding. Offense, number 57. The penalty is declined. Third down.
Yeah, Connor Talbert, Dave, he just the man went low on him, and he just laid over the top of him and kind of pinned him to the ground. He's like, hey, what am I supposed to do?
That's pretty much what his body language is indicating. So this is the 8th play of the drive coming up. It'll be third down and 18. So no gain anyway. So a good decision to decline the penalty. Fajardo, little pressure. A lot of pressure. Gets away. On the run. Caught at the 35-yard line down to the 30. And that is Gibson, the tight end. He's going to be very close to a first down. They're going to mark him down a little shy of the first down, about 3 yards at the 28. It's 4th and 3.
And they're going to go for it. And this is the Cody Fajardo that I saw on film. The escapability, just keep plays alive, and then make something happen at the end. That was pretty special right there.
It was Pikula who had the shot at him and didn't wrap up, and that allowed Fajardo to get away. 4th and 3.
The press coverage up top here by BYU.
And some pressure picked up, dumped off, and a first down. Very calmly, Fajardo to James Butler, who's knocked out of bounds by Kofusi. That's a first down for the Wolfpack. Gain of 5 when they needed 3, and you see all time. Now, Taylor Heineke from Old Dominion, by the way, now in FBS for the first season ever. Number 1, Marshall's Rakeem Cato, and then Fajardo. That's how successful he has been.
Yeah, underrated in a lot of aspects, and that's one thing Brian Polian told us. He didn't think his quarterback, Cody Fajardo, got enough credit across the country for what he's done in his career with the Wolfpack.
And that 11-403 is not counting any totals tonight. Fajardo, plenty of time, and he's got some room here. Gets a good block from the receiver, and he'll just race out of bounds. And look out there into the equipment bags, and a first down.
He can hurdle too. Get him on the track team.
Picked up 13.
But the vision that he has, and this is where he's made a lot of his success. He sees there's room on the edge, and he's faster than you think he is, and he also takes good running angles. A lot of times you talk about angles that defenders take. He takes great angles running the football.
toward the end zone. Diving grab made just shy of the end zone. What a terrific catch by Kendall Brock at the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from there.
And Fajardo has heated up, Dave. I think making that escape play got him going a little bit. Now he is rolling, throwing. He's extremely accurate on the run, which a lot of guys aren't able to do. He might be better on the run, out of rhythm, than he is in rhythm just sitting in the pocket.
He's 6 out of 8 on the drive.
Officials timeout for measurement.
A little gimpy there heading towards the sideline.
A little winded too this time out. He probably makes him the happiest guy on the field. Brian Polian is not a happy man, even though he's at the 1-yard line. He is vocal with the officiating crew or somebody. And earlier it was definitely the officiating crew.
That one's going to be a 1st down.
Yeah, well, they were right all along with the initial ruling. Dawn, what do you got for us?
Yeah, guys, Coach Polian not happy with the officials. Just keeps telling them, we're trying to go fast. I'm sick and tired of this. We're trying to go fast. So there you go. Now you know what's got him so fired up.
So I'm guessing that means, Ray, he didn't think the ball's being spotted quickly.
Correct. Yeah, a lot of it depends on how fast the officiating crew is able to set the ball. And, that's how determines how fast an offense is able to go. Now, the only rule they have to worry about, the officials, is if the offense substitutes, then they have to allow time for the defense to substitute. But if not, you set the ball and wind it and let them go.
The tailback is Butler. And the top of your screen is Turner. And it'll be Fajardo, and he's in easily. Zone read to perfection by Fajardo.
And his temperature goes up when he gets in the red zone. And in talking to Brian Polian, he says he knows. In fact, we talked to Nick Rolovich as well, the offensive coordinator. And he says, when we get in that red zone, that's the guy who wants it in his hands. And due to that and his ability to make plays, we want it in his hands as well. And that's why right there.
His 38th career rushing touchdown. 7th on the season. And a brilliant drive by the Wolfpack when they really needed it. 13 plays, 74 in over 5 minutes. And things have changed here in Provo.
They have. All of a sudden, it's gotten a little bit quieter here as the Wolfpack drive it down the field. Nice fake inside there, and Fajardo into the end zone.
ESPN College Football Finale is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world. And True Biotics, a daily probiotic from the nutrition experts at One A Day.
Well, what an honor to be part of BYU's Boom Shakalaka and to be a slam dunk contest judge. Of course, I gave the guy a 10 for jumping over cheerleaders. And at halftime, head coach Dave Rose on the left there. He and his team get a surfboard. They're on the way to the Maui Invitational, and you'll be able to see all of that on ESPN and our family of networks. Beginning November the 24th. Tournament team last year, BYU, may well be able to do it again. Dave Rose done a great job here in Provo with a basketball program.
So did you throw a couple of dunks down yourself, Dave, just to wow the crowd?
You know, I laid back. I didn't want to take the spotlight away from the athletes.
I'm sure they appreciate it.
I'm sure the crowd did too. This is Lasike on the straight ahead. And you notice the forearm shiver he gave out there as a kick return. You don't see a lot of kick returners offer up a forearm shiver when they're running, and he's going to stay into the tailback position, of course, with BYU so short-handed at that position. Watch again his right arm here, right. Have one of these, would you?
That's an old rugby move right there.
If you're just joining us, Lasike getting a lot of work at tailback tonight, is a 4-time national champion rugby player for the Cougars. A New Zealand native who didn't see any United States football until he was over here. Moved over here when he was, what, 18?
Age 18, moved over and played rugby, and the strength training faculty, the coaches, brought Paul Lasike. They said, hey, you need to play some football after seeing some shots that he delivered like that. Uncanny how these two plays are so similar, but he was able to do it. And with the pads on, which he said that was the biggest adjustment he had to get used to in playing football, other than obviously learning the game, was getting used to wearing the pads.
The cool thing about him is that when he sees contact, he's going to deliver it first.
Yes. And in fact, that's why when I talked to him about that, he said, had he known more about football when they initially asked him to play, he would have played linebacker, because he said that's the guy that gets to go hit everybody all the time instead of a running back getting hit.
I don't know how much time he gets hit. Now, while we're waiting for what we think is a scoreboard issue, Dawn Davenport's going to jump in here. Dawn?
Yeah, you guys were talking about Paul and rugby. The other thing that I found interesting when he was talking to us, he said one of the other adjustments he had to make was how he carried the ball and how he held the ball. Ball security was something that's not really an emphasis in rugby. He really had to learn that, and he learned it fast in football.
Game clock will be kept on the field by the officials since the scoreboard is not working. The play clocks are working, however.
All right, there you go. There's our referee, David Alvarez, updating you on why we have a delay. The main boards here still say 28-13. Our score is correct.
That's quite right.
The time this time is 8:08 on the game clock. 8:08.
There you go. So we will try to keep up, and we'll keep David Alvarez a little busier than he and his crew probably wanted to be tonight with the timing issues.
To follow up on what Dawn was talking about, Dave, playing rugby, you have to be ready to lateral the ball at any time. So you kind of hold it free and loose in your hand. And rather than in football, it's high and tight, 3 points of pressure and all those things. He says now he finds himself carrying the rugby ball like he would a football.
Ooh, high snap for Christian Stewart. He gets rid of it quickly. Caught at the 30-yard line by Jordan Leslie, fighting for extra yards, and instead he'll get belted. And is it going to be a late hit? No flag. Randy Uzoma on the initial hit, and it was Lenny Jones, number 94, who came over and delivered one more for the effort. 5.
Yeah, here's that one more for the effort right there. You think it's over, but no whistle blown. So, hey, I'm going to go get me some.
Well, it is old-fashioned football night here then. Stewart on the run. There's that slide. He'll be short of the first down, but only by about a yard. And again, with no depth at quarterback to speak of for BYU, Stewart has got to be safety first when he runs.
Yeah, that's by my count anyway, his third slide tonight. It's actually 4, excuse me.
That's from Phil DeMont-Mullen, our slide statistician for the evening. It's a first down as Brock Hecking makes the stop on Lasike.
Just a subtle little move there by Lasike. The vision he has is that really sets running backs apart. Now he's powerful and he's aggressive and he'll hit you, but he's still got the great vision to make the cuts necessary to get to where he needs to go.
We can confidently say we're under 8 minutes, probably about 7:30 in this quarter. And there's a completion and an easy one. Flag down, as you may have seen. Mitch Matthews making an easy catch on the short pass. Let's see what the call is after the 9-yard gain.
And it's likely an illegal man down the field. It looked to me like 67 Kyle Johnson.
Pass interference.
Nope.
Offense. Number 10. 15-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, they're going to hit Matthews, who caught the ball with the penalty. And it seemed like a fairly simple pass pattern, but the officials saw something they didn't like, which in turn Bronco Mendenhall doesn't care for. It's probably the biggest surprise, and I've said this earlier, but that BYU is so poorly ranked in penalty yardage, 126 in the nation, and just not something that you expect from a BYU team. Now 1st and 25. Stewart, there's Matthews again. No flag, and it's a short gain. Out to the 25-yard line. Charles Garrett on the stop after a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 21.
Yeah, you mentioned those penalties, Dave. 4 on the night for 55 yards thus far for BYU, averaging 92 yards per game for penalties.
Stewart under some pressure. He delivers a solid pass out to the 40-yard line. Caught by Colby Pearson, a sophomore from Blackfoot, Idaho. Now we're looking at 3rd down and a little bit more manageable after the 13-yard pickup. They're going to need 7.
And he shows some great arm strength right here and zipping this ball in. Perfect location. And Pearson, I mean, he couldn't have dropped that one. That one was stuck right in the old breadbasket.
BYU 7 of 12 on 3rd down. And that's just dropped. We're going to be 7 of 13 on 3rd down. A little bit of pressure that time by Dupree Roberts Jordan. But still, Stewart hit his receiver right in the hands. Robert and I, the coordinator there in the white shirt, with a quick word. I think Robert's a little angry, but not at Stewart.
Although Stewart did throw across his body over the middle late in the down, but it's still, it was an effective play on his part, although I don't believe Lasike would have gotten the yardage for a first down had he even caught the ball.
I think I have to retract that statement about Anai not being unhappy with Stewart. Looked like he was.
Yeah, and you don't want to get in that habit.
Yeah, that's a weird looking punt. Only the second one of the night by Arellano, and it's going to be bad field position for the BYU defense. Good field position for the Wolfpack offense. We'll set it up when we return to Pro Day. Under construction, and you wonder who is going to be there at the end. Florida State surviving, Alabama impressive, Michigan State impressive today. Now Cody Fajardo on the last drive, Ray, really came alive.
Yeah, he was impressive as well, and I think he got himself jump started by that maneuver there where he escaped, then he catches the edge to get the first down, and then he makes a nice throw on the run, doing all the things Cody Fajardo has done for so long for the Nevada Wolfpack, and he caps it off with the touchdown.
Good news for the Wolfpack. Number 6, Don Jackson, back at the tailback spot after getting his knee bumped by a helmet on the last drive, and he'll get it right away. And he's going to get out to the 46 for a gain of a couple of yards, where he is dragged down by Remington Peck, a junior from South Jordan, Utah. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Peck, one of the leaders on this BYU ball club, and a strong defensive player in the middle, and one of the guys they look to get things going.
BYU playing without Craig Bills and Alani Fua on the defensive side. Fajardo taking a shot, thrown away, just to show the injury problems for BYU compared to Nevada. Nevada has started on the offensive side the same lineup for 5 straight games, and only minutes before kickoff we learned that Evan Favors was out on the defensive side. Otherwise they would have had the same defensive lineup for 4 straight games. Contrast that with what Bronco Mendenhall has had to deal with this year, and it's night and day.
You got to give Coach Mendenhall a lot of credit for the way he's patched this thing together, and then the effort he's getting from his team tonight.
On 3rd and 9, that'll be short of the sticks. Interesting decision coming up here. The catch made by Hassan Anderson. He got 3 yards to go.
And they do the right thing here. You're going to get a corner blitz off the short side. So what do you want to do? Throw it in behind there, because the coverage man has a long way to go. And had that ball been out a little bit quicker, I think they might have had a chance to maybe run after the catch and get something on that 3rd down.
Keanu Nelson in punt return formation for Alex Boy. Still plenty of time left in this 3rd quarter. We apologize for the clock situation. The time is being kept on the field. As you see the way the ball is pointed down by Boy, try to get some spin on there, and a fair catch made to the 11-yard line. The scoreboard clock not functioning right here at Lavelle Edwards Field. 38-yard punt. We get more from Dawn Davenport.
Well, guys, of course we have seen Brian Polian's energy on the field. He's also bringing that to the Nevada community, too, though. This year, Brian and his wife, Laura, put on their 2nd annual Football 101 clinic. Women only allowed. It tripled in size from year 1. Almost 450 ladies there, all for a good cause.
414 on the
proceeds helping Moms on the Run in Reno, which pays expenses for women as they undergo treatment for breast cancer. The women get a chance to interact with the coaches. Coach says he loves a chance to be out in the community.
This is Mitchell Juergens. Thank you, Dawn. And he is dragged out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Well, the nice thing about that clinic, Ray, is that they got the women outside and got them involved in the physicality of the game.
That's kind of neat. Now, I've seen these things being done in other places, but that's usually lectures, chalk talks, Q&As, things of that nature. But to get the ladies out on the field and let them actually experience some of the things that drills in the game, that's fun.
Stewart made a nice move, and there's the slide, a little short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and a couple of yards. Happy to report that our clocks have returned. So we're back on cue, 3:44 and counting remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Boy, when they told Christian Stewart to slide, he took it to heart. He is doing everything he can to avoid taking a big shot.
5 slides. For the first down, catch is made out to the 25-yard line. Mitchell Juergens again. Tackle made by Randy Uzoma. And a 6.
And he gave the hand signal to Mitchell Juergens. He saw what the coverage was and changed his route and got them a first down. That's just good field generalship by Christian Stewart.
Stewart over the top, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. BYU has not scored in this half. And Nevada trailed by 15 at halftime. It's a battle of smash mouth football on Monday night as J.J. Watt leads the Houston Texans into the Steel City to take on Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be 8:15 Eastern on ESPN and, of course, on the Watch ESPN app. J.J. Watt could be on his way to an MVP this year, the way he's played. Lasike straight ahead. He'll get outside the 30, maybe to the 31-yard line. That's going to bring up, they're going to say the 30, so it'll be third down and 5. Dobrich in on the stop, one of the captains for the Wolfpack.
And Lasike continues to pound it up the middle, and that was a 5-yard run, Dave, but it's huge because it took what could have been a third and long now to a third and manageable.
Stewart, middle of the field, diving catch, right on the mark by Juergens. And their officials are saying move the chains. First down for the Cougars.
All of a sudden, Juergens is his hot receiver, the guy that Stewart's going to, and that's just a well-thrown ball. He's been surgeon-like in the way he's operated in this offense tonight.
Juergens 4 catches, 41 yards. Here's the 45th pass attempt, and it's caught at another first down. That is Jordan Leslie, the former UTEP Miner.
Leslie doesn't like to go down, does he? I mean, every time he gets the ball, it's a fight, and it takes more than one to get him to the ground.
Elijah Mitchell finally did, but he had help. This is Carter. He's run very well to the 35, and he too lowered his shoulder, lost the ball, but out of bounds. The frustration of Jonathan McNeil, realized the fumble had been forced, but it went the other way away from the Nevada player. That's a 20-yard gain for Carter.
On the field, a fumble backwards out of bounds. That's the spot.
Yeah, that's some serious turf pounding going on there by Jonathan McNeil. I think he felt like he might have had an opportunity. There he is. He punched it out, but it rolls out of bounds. And how about Carter? 7 carries, 87 yards for the 5th-string running back.
And Lasike, brought down by McNeil, who took out his frustrations that time on an opponent. He thought he was going to check out. Gain of 4 there, though, 2nd and 6.
I'm amazed by the ability of BYU to run the football when they're missing their top 2 tailbacks. It's like they haven't missed a beat with the performances tonight of Lasike and Carter.
Ho-Ching now checks in at fullback. There's an ad-lib for sure. And there's a fumble! Picked up by Hecking to midfield, and he's cut down there by Lasike. How dropped the football.
And Brock Hecking just always hustling, always around the football, and that's what happens sometimes when you do it. All of a sudden, that ball's just sitting right there on your plate. You guys got to gobble it up, and that's what he did.
First turnover of the night.
You see him hustling right there, chasing
on the field.
Down.
It's a fumble recovered by the defense. Timeout.
Was knocked out by Randy Uzoma, the sophomore. And the first turnover of the night goes in favor of the Wolfpack just when it looked like BYU really had it going. And there's a very familiar look to my partner.
Time left in the third quarter is 1:08. 1:08 in the third quarter.
Yeah, you know what? I used to paint my face up, not unlike Brock Hecking has in the long flowing locks. I mean, my spirit is alive, Dave. I see a guy like that, and the way he hustles around and plays the game the way it should be played, that looks like fun to me. It's not a guy you want to meet in the back alley somewhere.
No, not at all. But Dawn?
Hey, guess what? Looks can be deceiving. You watch him and you hear him over here, the blonde mullet and all the black face paint. He's really actually kind of a quiet guy off the field. Wants to be a dentist when he graduates and loves to play golf. In his downtime, you'll find him at the gym.
I'd say definitely that. There's no question. I think, by the way, the 20th straight game for the Wolfpack with a turnover from their defense. Now Kendall Brock trying to get loose for a first down. He'll be a couple of yards short. Rowley on the stop. Gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
And this Wolfpack team, their temperature has gone up. They've come out from halftime, a little bit different outfit. They made a few little adjustments here and there, but to me the biggest thing is the quarterback now is making plays, and they feed off of Cody Fajardo.
Deep drop for Fajardo. Going to go the other way. A little bit of contact that time, but no flag.
They snuck James Butler out of the backfield after the fake to him, and they run the wheel route up the sidelines, and that's just great discipline by Leuta Duyere, the number 43, of staying home and taking care of his responsibility. Because a lot of times you'll see that guy, he'll just run free after taking the fake and then running a wheel route. That's good discipline.
21 seconds left in this quarter. BYU has not scored. Nevada's put up 7. Here comes a blitz. That's James Butler trying to get that first down. Boy, that one spot. Wow.
I think the knee went down there, Dave, before he continued his effort, and that's why they're marking it back about a yard shy or so of that first down.
Leuta Duyere in there on the stop again. He is a little bit more than a yard short. However, he got a little momentum going. The official stop.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, our clocks again have not quite caught up with the time being kept on the field. So Brian Polian and his Nevada staff will have an opportunity to think about what they want to do on 4th down and 1. Cody Fajardo probably would love to go for it, and he might be the one to keep it himself. He has a rushing touchdown tonight. Fourth quarter coming up. Beautiful day in Provo. Temperatures in the low 50s right now. Lavelle Edwards Field. We begin a fourth quarter with Nevada going for it on 4th down and a yard. James Butler, the tailback. We've had 5 for 5 combined in 4th down conversions.
You saw the blitz being sugared up here. Both these guys, let's see if they come.
First down, Wolfpack. Straight ahead football with Butler. 6 for 6 combined. Both teams with 3 each.
And they run right into it. You see the clap, snap right there. They're going to run that zone read play, and it's a give up the middle all the way because Cody Fajardo saw the blitz coming off the edge, knew if he kept it, he had no chance. So he hands it off, and a good push by Butler up the middle. As you see, his numbers not that impressive, but that was a big gain right there. And now, as you mentioned, Dave, both teams have combined 6 for 6 on 4th downs tonight, 3 for 3 by each.
Here comes a little bit of late pressure, picked up nicely though by the line. Fajardo off the back foot and then almost picked off. Fred Warner, number 34, had a chance at that, trying to squeeze it into Jared Gibson, and it didn't work. 2nd down and 10.
Great coverage by Warner. He's got Gibson man-to-man in this situation because of the blitz, and you see him just dive in front and knock it away at the last second. Well, that was close to going out the other end.
That is the 7th pass breakup by the Cougars defense this evening.
I think they had 5 in like the first quarter.
Yeah. Quick toss. Gibson makes the first miss, but solidly wrestled that time by Robertson Daniel, number 4. Bove had a chance at him, couldn't quite hang on. That's a very burly 4-yard gain.
Well, and Cody Fajardo has heated up. Thus far in the second half, he's 9 of 14 for 90 yards. And in the first half, he really struggled in the passing department as he was just 12 of 20.
And he's only run the ball 5 times for 11 yards.
BYU has called their first time out of the half.
And a touchdown. That was the touchdown in the third quarter.
3 for 13 in the second half.
We'll step aside and see what BYU's defense is cooking up on 3rd down and 5. It may well be pressure. Got bumped in that knee, may not just be able to go. He tried for a play earlier and came back out. Here is the pressure. Fajardo hung in coolly, but they'll be short of the first down on a huge tackle that time by Harvey Jackson, number 1, against the receiver Kendall Brock.
And I put that on Brock. When you have a 3rd and 5 and you're running an out route, you have to get past the sticks. I mean, that's as basic as it gets. If you're trying to get that first down, you have to help your quarterback out. He's going to make the throw to you. You have to run the route past the sticks, so when you do catch it, you've done something.
So once again, we're going to get another go for it on 4th down. These teams have combined for 6 for 6. Fajardo. Wow, what a throw and what a catch by Richie Turner. First down, Wolfpack.
And what a route. He beat the press coverage from Michael Davis, won the inside position, making it an easier throw for Fajardo.
The scene here at LaVell Edwards Stadium. Catch it in the daytime sometime with the mountains behind us.
It's beautiful.
Oh my goodness, what a pretty city this is.
You saw him do the clap, and that the BYU tipped their hand on the coverage as far as what they're doing.
And the clap leads to a tap from the guard to the center, and then the snap.
The clap, tap, snap.
And there's the catch made by Hassan Henderson right at the 20-yard line, and he's actually thrown back by Kalfusi.
You know, early in the game, there were 3 false starts by the Wolfpack, Dave, and that's when they were just doing the clap. So they added the tap. The right guard, after the clap, will tap the center, and that gets everything set as far as them doing the silent count from the center to snap the football. Now they go to a freeze look, too, and I think they're taking advantage of BYU is adjusting after the clap. So now they're giving them the clap and then making the adjustments.
And there was no tap following that clap and then the snap. Butler to the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 4, maybe 5. We'll call it 4.
You got to give me some dap on that clap, tap, snap.
You got it, brother.
I wonder, they should put a pedometer on Coach Polian and just see how much ground he covers during the course of a game. I saw him in the hotel gym working out with his wife this afternoon, and I think he's doing 2-a-days at this point.
He may need a heart rate monitor too at this point. Fajardo going to go for it all right here toward the end zone. Fought, caught. Oh my! Richie Turner with the grab.
And that is your back shoulder pass, and it's just out of the reach of Michael Davis and into the hands of the receiver Turner. That's a good throw. I mean, that's a great throw. Turner didn't, excuse me, Dave, he didn't have Davis beat by much at all.
My first thought was Davis was going to get a hand on that. I was really shocked that it disappeared into Turner's hands. Now, Nevada, we got a long way to go in this game, 11-18. I don't see a kicker out there. They're going to go for 2. It's been that kind of night. If you go for it tonight, you're going to get it so far.
So it seems. And with a 4th quarter, it's time to make those decisions.
And Don Jackson, number 6, back in the game. He shifts to the right of Fajardo. This for 2. Successful. Goodness. With a defender draped all over him, Hassan Henderson ties the game. Nevada was down by 15 at halftime, and we are knotted up with 11-18 remaining.
Yeah, they got it into Henderson, and you know, when you got man-to-man coverage, that's the guy to go to. Now here's the touchdown throw, and it's really into the blind spot of the defender. Now here is the conversion, and you just use the body of Hassan Henderson, who has a knack for getting separation, and there is no more separation. We're tied.
ESPN College Football Finale is brought to you by Scott Trade. Our passion is to power yours. And Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind.
Crisp evening in Provo, homecoming weekend, and we're knotted up at 28. A long way to go in this 4th quarter. Richie Turner making the catch on the back shoulder fade, and right next to him, number 12, Hassan Henderson, got the 2-point conversion. Mitchell Juergens will take a knee on the kickoff, and it'll be BYU at the 25-yard line. And a big test now for Christian Stewart, but we've had yet another fun Saturday in college football, so we'll take a look at some of the big headlines of the day. Well, now you go to Morgantown, it can be unpleasant for the visiting team, and it was today for the 4th-ranked Baylor Bears. Down they go 41-27. Alabama, one of the best games they have played in years, said Nick Saban, blowing out Texas A&M, and a blocked extra point. The difference, Bill Snyder, and Kansas State gets the win against Oklahoma. And this here, knotted up at 28. Handoff straight ahead, Lasike. Shoes are coming off when this guy runs down to the 31-yard line. Dobrich on the stop. The shoe belonging to Tim Knuch, Tuni Knuch, I should say, his guard. Gain of 6.
Yeah, Tuni Knuch, 6'3", 325. You got to imagine that's a pretty big tire he's got on his foot there.
Stewart, good looking throw, drop. Look out there. That's incomplete. Ball just dropped by Colby Pearson. Kendall Johnson delivering the hit. It'll be 3rd down and 4. We have not had a lot of drop passes tonight.
Yeah, that might be, to my recollection, the first one blatant drop that we've had, and that was as blatant as it gets. Now, that being said, there was
injury timeout.
There was some heavy pressure coming after Pearson. He knew he was going to get hit after that catch.
He did, too. He was a bit shaken, understandably, from a shot like that. All of a sudden, we've got a very big 3rd down and 4 here for Christian Stewart and the Cougars. He'll take off, and he'll get the 1st down. Didn't slide that time. He fought through an arm tackle and gets out to the 36-yard line for a very big 1st down for BYU.
You're right, Dave. He made a great decision here. You know, at some point, you just got to play football, and a slide was not in the mix on that one, although he did get the forward dive to avoid any major contact.
Now he's desperately trying to get on contact, directing traffic, throwing in the arms of a defender, and great pressure from Jordan Dobrich that time forced that play to go incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Stewart impressively escapes through the middle. You know, and that's just a good sense that he has. He avoided the hand, the pressure there, and then just throws it away so that he doesn't take a loss. That's a veteran-type play.
Straight ahead, Lasike. He got tripped up. Fell forward for 3 yards. And the player who tripped him is a little slow getting up.
Yeah, that's
Jordan Hansen. I think number 92.
Officials timeout for injury.
The senior. No, that's 97. And that is Sulesa Foremo, not 92.
And Foremo stuck the arm out, and Lasike was the train going by, and you can understand why he might be in pain taking that shot on just the arm. With Paul Lasike at 5'11", 232 pounds of muscle. I mean, we met the kid, and his physique is amazing.
Well, the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup is heading to the final race in the contender round. It's win and move on. Joey Logano won at Kansas and is automatically heading to the next round. So who's going to join him? The Geico 500 at Talladega tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ESPN, and also available live on Watch ESPN. You know, we do these promos every week, and Jimmy Johnson's always in them. They change the other guys. He's always there because he's always there. Unbelievable what he has done. 3rd down and 7. Carter and Lasike. So it's another gigantic 3rd down here.
If I'm Stewart, I'm looking for Mitch Matthews.
He's number 10, a 6'6" target. Stewart in big trouble here. And down he goes. Lenny Jones, number 94, and he had some help, and now comes a flag. We got a personal foul penalty coming up against somebody. I don't know if it's Hecking or it might be on Tijon Karoma, number 56, the center, who hurled Hecking out of the pile.
Yeah, that's who initiated the whole deal, and I don't know if they're going to get Hecking too for coming to retaliate, although he was held back pretty effectively by his teammates. But Karoma didn't like the way Hecking was laying on his quarterback, so he was going to help him up.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense, number 56, 15-yard penalty, and the down counts. 4th down.
And I think they got that right. Just a little over-aggressive, a little overzealous by Karoma as he's trying to help his quarterback. He didn't like the way Hecking was on top of him, and so he grabbed a hold of him and yanked him out of there. Now Hecking is going to go back and have something to say, but he never did get to Karoma to do anything.
For Hecking, that's his 19th sack, 3rd active among FBS players. Been so effective. Now Turner, big punt. Turner driven back to the 30-yard line, but he's got some room, got a big block. Cuts back near midfield. Crowd here is hoping for a flag on that block, but they're not getting it. And Nevada's got great field position. 20-yard return after a 53-yard punt. You'll see the hit for yourself. Coming up. Watch Kendall Johnson. That looks like a clean block. For Nevada football fans, watching the Wolfpack come back is not out of the ordinary. Last week they were down 31-3 to Colorado State and had a tying touchdown taken away on a penalty late in the game. They lost a game. Against Boise State, they were down 46-31 and almost came back, or 51-36, pardon me, almost came back to win that game. Now they have come back from 15 down to tie this one here in Provo. Fajardo on the play action, taking the deep shot down the field, and it's almost intercepted by Robertson Daniel. He had a better chance to catch that than the receiver, Henderson.
You know, and to go back on your point, Dave, as we take a look at the replay on this, and it's just great coverage on the field by Daniel. But in talking to Brian Polian, he says he thinks the reason they're able to come back is the team feeling that they have. He says these guys love each other, they fight for each other, and that is what he is trying to build, because that's what he saw, you know, when he grew up, kind of cut his teeth as a ball boy with the Buffalo Bills, kind of saw what Marv Levy did, how he pulled the team together. And that's what hooked him on becoming a football coach.
This is Jackson getting out to the 45-yard line before he is gang tackled. Layuta Duyer, the lead tackler there. We bring Don Davenport in.
Well, guys, Nevada offensive coordinator Nick Rolovich just made the switch from the box upstairs down to the field this season. Said his QB likes it much better. He can draw stuff up, communicate face-to-face with Cody, and we've seen them do that a ton down here. Both of them really happy with the change. They said it's made a difference in their ability to make adjustments, and I'd say they've done that pretty well this half.
I'd like to know what the picture of Tony Kornheiser means. Thank you, Don. That was just shown up there as they signal to Fajardo, the quarterback.
Does it mean punt?
No, it does not. It means throw the ball in the middle of the field to Gibson, the tight end, for a first down. Down to the 26-yard line, a 19-yard pickup, 11 on the stop.
Yeah, and Nick Rolovich told us he's really happy with the progression of Jared Gibson, the redshirt freshman, throughout the course of this season, and his game just continues to go up. And they are using that clap, Dave, to get BYU to tip their hand on the coverage, and then they go into that freeze look and then recall the play.
Yard and a half hard earned for Don Jackson. He's brought down by Tui Loma, number 91. Second and long coming up.
And it kind of turns it into a chess match a little bit, because I know Nick Howell tells his Brigham Young defenders, all right, after you see the clap, that's when we'll do our last minute movement to get in position, and you no longer show a disguise. And so on the flip side, Rolovich is saying, all right, we'll give them the clap and then we'll change things, and they'll tip their hand. It's like who has the chalk last in this battle of wits between these two coordinators.
Pressure from the edge, blocked away. Fajardo's got some room to the 15 to the 10. Fajardo to the 5, going for the pylon. Did he make it? Touchdown, Nevada!
In this second half, we've seen the magic of Cody Fajardo. I mean, you watched that last week when they were down 31-3. He took that team on his shoulders and almost brought them all the way back. He's doing a similar thing here tonight, and you see him. He understands where he has to have that football inside the pylon.
When you and I were talking about this game, you said something to me about Fajardo, that he's faster than you think he is, and there was a perfect example of it right there on that 25-yard run.
No doubt. I mean, there's no question in my mind that they thought, and they being Dallin Levitt, thought he had the angle that he could get Fajardo. Wasn't able to.
What a half for the Wolfpack. Look out, that extra point barely sneaking in. But Nevada was down to 28-13. They're trying to break a difficult stretch. All three of their losses have been by 7 or fewer. Now it's on the shoulders of the Cougars to come back. There's Cody Fajardo, the emotional leader for Brian Polian. And Fajardo, after that spectacular 25-yard touchdown run, video of which is now on the SportsCenter app. You can take a look at that again if you'd like to.
And here he is on the sideline, Dave, after scoring that touchdown and running and engineering that drive. He goes and makes sure the big boys feel the love. And that's leadership right there. And that's real and that's legit.
And Don had talked about that earlier. How Fajardo does it after every series. He checks in with the O-line, after he checks in with the coaches. Here's Juergens trying to make something happen. And he took a shot to the shoulder and picked up a couple additional yards after that. But still BYU beginning at the 21-yard line for Christian Stewart, the senior quarterback. Now, we talked about Fajardo and his half difference. Stewart is in reverse.
Yeah, you look at the numbers. The production has just gone significantly down. And you have to give credit to the to the Nevada defense and Scott Boone, the defensive coordinator. They came up with a plan to slow Stewart down, and it's been effective.
Stewart scrambling and into trouble. And lost the ball. It was taken away. Nevada has it at the 20-yard line. Sayal stripped it away, or picked it up, I should say. And Matthew Lyons stripped it. Number 9 right there in front of you.
The ruling on the field is a fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
I think it was actually Sayal who stripped it at number 8, and then number 9 Lyons came up with it. You see right there. That's the end of the play, but we've been waiting to talk about Sayal because he's been a playmaker for this Nevada football team, the nephew of Junior Sayal. And, you know, you got a lot to live up to, obviously, with that last name. But that's how you celebrate right there. Pick your guy up and carry him around. That's the big guy celebration. Just pick him up with one arm and throw him over the shoulder.
Sayal's 255. You know that?
I know, right?
So it was Sayal on the strip, and the leading tackler Lyons able to make it. Now a short field for Fajardo. They go on the ground. And it'll be Jackson for a yard at the 19-yard line. Incumbent on this Cougars defense, or pardon me, that's Butler. Incumbent on this Cougars defense now to make a play, and at the worst, accept the field goal. So here's BYU offensively in the second half, Ray. They've missed a field goal, they've punted, they've fumbled, they punted, and they fumbled.
Not particularly productive there, and that's a combination of a couple of things. Number one, I don't think they're executing as well in terms of pass protection. Bronco Mendenhall told us at halftime that's why he thought Stewart was able to be as effective as he was. Well, he's not getting that same protection in the second half, and it's made a huge difference.
Boy, nice job by Fajardo to fool nearly everybody. He'll get a first down inside the 10-yard line down to about the 6.
And that, you know, people call it the red zone, the blue zone, the green zone. For Nevada, it's the Fajardo zone. And when they get down in there inside the 20, he wants the football. And if it's any gray area whatsoever, he's going to keep it.
And you see that Butler went one way, and so did some of the defenders. Richie Turner, number 2, limped off the field for the Wolfpack. Fajardo now with 2 touchdowns on the ground, 49 yards and 7 carries.
And that's 51 yards in the second half because he was -2 going in during the break.
That's Gibson in motion. There's the clap, the tap, and the snap, and the handoff. And down to the 1, and in the end zone, it's touchdown, James Butler. And Nevada makes Brigham Young pay for that mistake. A 20-yard drive off the fumble, 2 turnovers, and Butler with not very impressive rushing average, but that number on the far right, 2 TD, is what counts the most.
And they caught him in a blitz.
Oh, good block
strong
by Gibson.
Side. And Gibson, 47, gets a nice block. And then, of course, the finishing block out on the edge by Hassan Henderson. And these receivers for actually both teams do a great job blocking.
Butler just played off that explosive block by Gibson. And stunned silence over 56,000 here on a beautiful day in Provo on homecoming weekend for BYU. But this little drive began with Ian Seau and Matthew Lyons combining on a huge defensive play. Seau, number 8, with the strip.
Right there, rips it out, pops into the hands of Matthew Lyons, and now the difference in this ball game is 14 points, and that's what Nevada has off of turnovers.
There's Gibson's block, and there's the run by Butler. And it's really quiet here.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me how incredibly silent this place is, and it's been noisy all night. A very spirited group of folks here. And Nevada, on the other hand, we mentioned BYU's problems. Nevada in this half, touchdown, punt, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
Pretty impressive.
And well, remember though, BYU, those 28 points came in consecutive drives in the first half.
Right. Christian Stewart caught fire, started throwing the ball around the yard to Mitch Matthews, and they were getting things done from Lasike. But the change is palpable. And you mentioned it, Dave. It's gotten quiet in here, and rightly so, because the Wolfpack had taken control of this ball game.
5:54 remaining for BYU to really pull off an impressive comeback after they had a 28-13 lead, 29 unanswered points. Dawn?
Yeah, Dave, you know, you're talking about how quiet it is in this stadium. It's pretty quiet over here on this BYU bench as well. Not a whole lot of communication going on. And, you know, the coaches told us they have some young guys, and some of that leadership is still undefined. That's what I'm seeing over here on this BYU bench.
A lot of that leadership is injured. I mean, that's another thing. Not to make a lot of excuses for Bronco Mendenhall, because he's not going to make a lot of excuses for himself, but they do have a ton of injuries. Lasike is the tailback, and they'll swing it out to him. And this is the guy you want with the ball. Lasike is going to hand out some punishment and not going to quit either. He gets to the 45, brought down by Duran Workman.
And that's who they need to get going in this offense, because guys will feed off of him. And this is a true test. Christian Stewart, he showed us a lot in that first half. How can he do against adversity?
He's going to throw deep down the field, and a near catch made by Jordan Leslie. He was covered very closely by Charles Garrett.
Great position by Garrett, just by basically cutting off the route. I don't know if Leslie had caught it if he'd even been in bounds. That's about as perfect as you can position as you can have covering a deep route.
Official right there, never even thought about throwing the flag. 2nd down and 10, 5.5, 5:36 to be exact remaining. Good pocket. Throw to the middle of the field. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Catch made by Keanu Nelson, a senior from Tucson, Arizona.
BYU, the clock is now becoming a factor for them. They're going to try to go tempo with this offense and get a score here as quickly as possible.
They'll get the first down. The catch made by Mahina. He's had a quiet game. I haven't mentioned his name very much, but he does get a first down there.
Yeah, earlier in the game he was making some plays, Dave, but that's just his 2nd catch of the night.
Lasike out of the backfield, and did he hang on? Yes, they're going to say a completion. He lost the ball out of bounds. Let's see, it'll be 2nd down, and that loss of the ball means no gain. He lost it right where the mark is, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Nate Carter checks in, number 26 and tailback. He's waiting in the pass pattern. They go beyond him, and that's Matthews very close to the mark. Garrett on the stop. Let's see where the spot is. It'll be a yard short. 3rd down and a yard to go.
Such a smooth route by Mitch Matthews. I mean, watch him run this route, a little takeoff, and then the comeback, uses his hands a little bit, comes back to the quarterback to make the throw easy. He is a smooth operator.
Got 10 catches for 132. 11 catches for about 135 and a first down. You know what I like about him? He catches the ball with his hands, not his body. And that's NFL stuff.
And he's so long, David, 6'6", 215. You know, you mentioned those 3 letters, NFL, and I can't imagine him not eventually playing on Sundays.
11 catches, the most by a Cougars wide receiver this year. Stewart under some pressure. Can he get away? No chance. Sacked at the 37-yard line by Seau, who's come alive the last 2 drives.
He really has. And, you know, you talk about trying to wear people out. Nevada has not been worn out at all. How about that little spin move he put on DeAndre Wesley? Wesley just didn't have a chance.
2nd and 16. Stewart has time here, and a beautiful diving grab by Matthews. 12 catches for him. Now, he doesn't want to come out. They asked him, and he waved him off. No, I'm not coming out. 3rd down and about 8.
Well, he's a gamer. He knows they need him out there right now.
That was interesting. I think somebody asked, and he just went, no, I'm not going. Not yet. Going to go deep down the field. Open and overthrown. Had a step. But it'll be 4th down and 8.
One of the things Bronco Mendenhall told us about Christian Stewart was that he throws a better deep ball even than Tyson Hill did. So far tonight, he's overthrown a lot of those deep shots. Just been a little bit off on those.
Tonight, 7 for 7 combined 4th downs. Here we go. And the streak continues. The catch made by Houck. 8 for 8.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. First of all, guys going for it as often as they have, and then the execution on the critical 4th down. This is a wonderful throw. I mean, that's dropped in there to Houck perfectly.
And Houck was just a yard past the sticks, too. He knew exactly where to go. So still hope for BYU. The clock, though, their enemy at 3:15. Let's start thinking end zone here. Stewart, he's going to take off, and he's got a little bit of room. He'll run out of bounds, I thought. And now he does get out of bounds after a little contact at the 11-yard line.
You know, that sliding stuff is good in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd quarter. But with the game on the line, forget about it. They're playing football now. You see, he still has a great awareness and pocket presence. And at the end, I'm not sliding. I'm not going out of bounds. I'm playing ball.
Yeah, you got to think of the clock, though. And down he goes. Flag down, too.
Yeah, they're going to get holding on Riker Matthews.
Yeah, the sack is going to be what holds up here.
Didn't do him any good to do the holding because he just got rolled over.
Holding. Offense, number 72. The penalty is declined.
That was big number 95 getting the pass rush.
Patrick Chowda. That's how it's pronounced.
And Chowda head.
So Lasike, the tailback. 3rd down and 8. 6 sacks for the Wolfpack tonight. Gives them 16 on the season. Steps up nicely in the pocket. Where do you go when you need a catch? You go to Matthews. 1st down, BYU.
They keep fighting. And Stewart and Matthews, that's a pretty good combination. And I just love the way they keep fighting. And Matthews, another really nice route. You see how he brought it back towards the quarterback? That did 2 things. It gave him separation from the defender, and it brought him closer to the football.
Ben Matthews got it. Rather touchdown, flag down. Nelson makes the catch. Stewart got hammered as he threw the ball and got rid of it. Let's check the flag to see if this holds up.
That was an incredible display of courage from Christian Stewart because he knew he was going to get shellacked, and he hung in there and still made the throw to Nelson right on time.
Pass interference. Defense, number 28. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
Yeah, Elijah Mitchell, what do I have to do? I even interfered with him, and he still makes the catch.
Well, those were 2 fabulous throws in a row. The one to Matthews, where only Matthews is going to be the one to catch it. And now this one to Nelson, where only Nelson was going to be able to catch it. 59 passes tonight for Christian Stewart. That's a very important PAT. So with 2.5 to go, Ray, onside kick or kick it deep and play defense?
Boy, with the way Nevada's been moving the football, you know, if you had 3 timeouts, I would say kick it deep. With just 2 timeouts, I might just onside. I would onside kick it here. Let's go back to that touchdown pass by Christian Stewart and just the courage that it takes to stand in there and make a throw when you know you're going to get waxed. Bam. I mean, he knew it was coming, and he stood in, and McNeil gave him his best shot, and he still took it like a man and threw it on target. And Nelson was able to reel it in, even though the defender was draped all over him. And Mitchell had a hold of both of his arms. He still caught it.
So we'll see. BYU has not attempted an onside kick this season.
See the CK getting in front of that group, telling them what they had to do. That's leadership. He's still talking to his guys.
There he is, 33 there.
Of course, Nevada will line up with the hands team to try and defend against this onside kick.
They fake it. Now Need has to go 10 yards. Big bounce. And I don't think it made 10 yards. Did it? No, it did not. There's the flag. It didn't make 10 yards by about half a yard.
Well, it looked like it was set up perfect to take that high bounce after the first two bounces, and Mitch Matthews was right there on the end. I mean, if you want a guy going after it, that's the guy. That ball just didn't cooperate.
And you see Bronco Mendenhall urging his defense, saying no first down here.
Watch, one bounce, two bounce. That's the high bounce you usually get, but it just took it veered to the right a little bit. That oblong ball will bounce kind of funny.
And Matthews at 6'6"
there.
Yeah.
Offside, kicking team number 2. The penalty is declined. Kick out of bounds, kicking team, 5 yards from the end of the kick, first down.
So here's the heck of it. Even if they had succeeded, it would have come back because of the offsides.
Boy, that was close. I don't know if I'd have called him offsides there myself.
And Matthews was going forward, expecting the ball to go forward, and it went back, and that's why he wasn't able to get a hand on it. Get your NFL Sunday started on ESPN, 10 a.m. on ESPN. Sunday NFL Countdown presented by Snickers. Host Chris Berman and the gang with all the latest news and updates from stadiums around the league right up until kickoff. And before you set your lineups, get your expert fantasy report. Fantasy football now presented by Papa John's at 11 a.m. on ESPN2 as Don Jackson trying to get a first down that BYU cannot give up to the 37-yard line. Stout on the stop.
And they'll use their second timeout of the day, will BYU.
BYU called its second timeout of the half. And this 30 seconds in length.
This is the time where you have to tackle the football. I mean, your one chance, really, you're going to try and obviously stop them on downs, and you can stop the clock a couple of times. But you need to tackle the football, and I'm sure that's what the defensive coordinator there, Nick Howell, is telling them.
Turning point in this game happening when Nevada scoring 14 points off of turnovers. 2 fumbles in this half. The Wolfpack have yet to turn the ball over. Cody Fajardo has played magnificently in this half.
And it was this play right here, Dave, where he made a couple guys miss, took a shot, and finished it off. That sparked him and this football team, because he went on after that to scramble. Then he made a nice throw on another scramble, and then he ran it in. And from then on, they have been rolling. And it's all been because of Cody Fajardo.
Pressure from BYU and a nifty little run from Jackson to avoid a big loss. He'll pick up a yard or two and again force BYU to use a timeout. They're out of the
BYU is called the third and final timeout of the half.
You see the numbers on Fajardo. And it's interesting, Ray. Statistically, that's about a wash, except for the touchdown. That's the passing numbers, of course. But his performance has been markedly better.
Well, the rushing numbers are also a big indicator. He had 2 carries for -2 yards at the half, and in the second half he's had 5 carries for 51 yards and a pair of touchdowns. And that's been really the tremendous difference. And not necessarily the arm stuff, but his ability to stay alive and scramble and then run with the football the way we've seen him do it countless times.
So this is just about the ball game for BYU. 3rd down and 5. Nevada 7 of 16 on 3rd down. Butler is the tailback.
You got to run the football here. I would not throw it.
Fajardo with a fake, but he turns right into a sea of blue, and he knows it. He's beaten that time. Kalfusi was waiting for him. It's 4th down. They lose about 3.
Great discipline by Kalfusi to stay home and protect against the naked bootleg. I mean, that's outstanding in terms of doing your job and staying home. Here he is right there on the end. You see him. He stays square to the line of scrimmage. There's no way he's going to let Fajardo get around him on any kind of bootleg. And then Fajardo makes a heads-up play. Instead of trying to get the edge and possibly go out of bounds, he gave it up and hit the ground.
Now, Polian is going to wait till we get down to about 1 on the play clock and then take a timeout, and there you go.
Right, and then you got to punt the football and try to pin them in.
Scored their first time out of the half. 30 seconds in length.
Although the way fourth downs are going today, you might want to go for it, right? I mean, both teams are 4 for 4. But I think that's where you kind of end it. You got to punt this football.
I think we're going to take our 8 for 8 tonight and get out of here. And don't forget, you can watch College Football Final following our game. It's presented by AT&T. So much to talk about. Some upsets and some teams who really stepped up tonight and today. All around college football. The guys will have it for you after we're finished here in Provo. Brian Polian, I remember reading one of the news articles saying, he had guys after these close losses coming to him in tears, and he's trying to get them, please trust what we're doing. And they're like, but we are doing everything you want us to do. When is it going to start to work out? It might work out here. Alex Boyd, the goal is to tuck this inside the 10. He did. That's a great punt. Let's see.
The old-fashioned coffin corner.
Yep. Let's see where they mark him. Right at the 10-yard line. So, Christian Stewart has no timeouts and 90 yards.
The good news is he has a minute 29, so it's not inconceivable to be able to move the ball down the field. And if you recall the last drive they had, they moved it down pretty good. A lot of sideline routes where they were hitting Matthews, and he was getting out of bounds to stop the clock. They're going to need to continue that, but they have to protect Christian Stewart because a sack will kill you in this type of situation.
He's been sacked 6 times tonight. Steps up in the pocket, is hit. And there's Matthews with yet another catch. It's 14 for him tonight. He's close to the first down. Let's see if they move the chains or not. They do. First down. 1:24 remaining.
Yeah, 4 of those 6 sacks have come in the second half, and that's when really the Nevada defense has stepped it up.
Stewart gets a block from Lasike, makes one miss. He's going to head out of bounds. That's a 12-yard pickup and a BYU first down, 1:17 remaining.
Headsy play by Stewart. The pass rush was up and past him. He scrambles through the middle, realized he was too close to the line to throw it, so he headed for the sideline. That's just good work. And a great block by Paul Lasike to keep him alive.
Looking left, looking toward Matthews. 15 catches. He's out of bounds. 3 yards short of the first down. Took 4 seconds. A minute 13 remaining.
And Nevada is going to give that to the BYU offense until they get down into their territory. It's not a matter of keeping them out of field goal range here. It's a matter of keeping them from getting in the end zone. So those little 6, 7, 8 yard outs aren't going to hurt you here.
He'll go outside to Lasike. He'll step out of bounds. First down, stops the clock. 1:07 remaining in the game.
Interestingly, Dave, BYU had 2 90-plus yard drives in the first half. Well, they need another one here if they're going to come have a chance to tie this ball game or even maybe go for 2 to win it.
You see your total yards, 585, and they're down because of turnovers. And that's... Oh, my heavens. He caught that, and he caught it in bounds. Matthews with a miraculous catch.
That well is not dry yet, and they keep going to it. And Matthews, I don't know if he's a little bit gimpy after plays. Look at that catch. That was incredible.
That's 16 for 180. Looking that way again. Now he's going to run to the right. He's got another good receiver out there, Jordan Leslie. He's going to have to get out of bounds, and he does. He picked up a couple of extra yards.
Stewart showed a burst at the end there.
53 seconds remaining. Hansen had a shot at him and couldn't catch him.
He was trying to go back to Matthews, and this time Nevada rolled the coverage to it. They said, all right, enough of that. You're going to have to go somewhere else.
A little conference with the officials. Now, I'm
talking about whether to wind the clock or not. I believe that's the signal that we saw. And it appears there is a flag on the play as well. I didn't see anything on the ground.
The clock did not start when it should have. The runner was tackled inbounds. So we have to set the clock to 49 seconds. Offsides, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Okay, so there was a penalty flag thrown. We did not see that right away. And you heard our official David Alvarez with the explanation. So the ball is now moved to the 39-yard line. It's first down and 5 for the Cougars of Bronco Mendenhall with 49 seconds to go, and BYU does not have a timeout. Christian Stewart stepping up, avoiding the pressure. Now to fumble the ball, he got it back, or did he? Nevada has it. The third turnover is the fatal turnover. It's Wolfpack football. Jonathan McNeil comes away with a rock.
And that's just the youth or the inexperience of Christian Stewart of not taking care of the football
Rolling on the
at
field,
the end.
fumble recovered by the defense while he was on the ground. First down.
The end of the down, when you're scrambling as a quarterback, you got to wrap it up just like a running back would. Let's watch his ball security here and see how he's. Yeah, see how that ball's swinging around. You got to be high and tight, and Stewart's not that well versed in carrying the football. And you can see that thing just got swatted out on a great hustle play coming in from behind.
Well, this is an amazing stat here, Ray. Brigham Young has not lost back-to-back home games in 10 years. 2004 when they lost to USC and UNLV, and it's about to happen tonight.
Amazing.
At homecoming.
And it looked to me like it was Patrick Chowda who came with the hustle play and knocked that ball out so that McNeil could recover it. And the ball of energy that Brian Polian is, I don't know if he'll be able to sleep yet tonight.
Well, they'll have the trip back to Reno after the game to enjoy, and this one is over. A stunning loss for BYU. They've now lost 3 in a row, and for Nevada, a satisfying road win for them. And what Brian Polian will tell his team is, see, the process does work. Do what we tell you. For Ray Bentley and our entire crew, I'm Dave Lamont, and also for Dawn Davenport, saying so long from Provo, Utah, where Nevada has beat BYU. Coming up next, college football final.